Do your dad and your boyfriend get along? I came home to find my fiance's $8,000 DJ setup crushed in our driveway. My dad just shrugged and said it had to be done. I screamed at him that he'd destroyed the one thing making Paxton happy during his brutal semester at MIT. Paxton had saved for 3 years and spent all his free time learning to mix as a way to decompress from quantum mechanics and advanced robotics. My dad had always been weirdly jealous of him for getting into MIT, and now he'd finally snapped. I told him he wasn't walking me down the aisle anymore because what kind of father ruins his future son-in-law's property 2 months before their wedding? Paxton asked me for $15,000 to drop out of MIT and tour gas station parking lots as DJ Techno Vibes, my dad said, pulling out his phone to show me screenshots. The messages showed Paxton explaining that he'd already been accepted to open for some washed-up EDM artist named Glowstick Gary, who peaked in 2011 and now played rural raves in abandoned barns. Paxton had apparently been lying to me about his advanced engineering seminars when he was actually driving to Providence to play empty clubs at 2 in the afternoon for drink tickets. He'd failed his last 3 exams because he was staying up all night making what he called revolutionary dubstep that would change the electronic music scene forever. I love that kid like my own son, and I tried everything to talk him out of it, my dad said, showing me dozens of messages where he'd begged Paxton to reconsider. He'd sent him articles about MIT dropout statistics and success rates for DJs, and even offered to pay for him to do music as a summer hobby if he just stayed in school. Paxton had responded that my dad didn't understand his artistic vision, and that MIT was killing his creative soul, then sent him a video of himself practicing transitions between songs that were clearly just YouTube tutorials played at different speeds. My dad had even driven to one of his secret shows in Worcester, where Paxton played to literally just the bartender who was wearing noise-canceling headphones the entire time. Listen to his SoundCloud, my dad said, playing a track that sounded like someone running a blender full of coins while a cat died in the background. The play count said 17 listens, and all 5 comments were from his mom's different accounts saying things like, "so proud," and "next big thing." My dad explained that Paxton had already put down non-refundable deposits totaling $12,000 on touring equipment and a converted hearse painted with glow-in-the-dark aliens. He'd withdrawn from his senior thesis project claiming mental health reasons, but was actually building what he called a revolutionary bass cannon that was just speakers duct taped to a shopping cart. The only reason Paxton hadn't already dropped out was because he needed his equipment to perform, and destroying it was the only way to stop him from ruining his life since the tour started next week. He told me his stage name was going to revolutionize electronic music, but it's literally just Techno Vibes with a Z at the end, my dad said, showing me the business cards Paxton had printed with his face photoshopped onto a muscular body crowd surfing at what was clearly a stock photo of Lollapalooza. Paxton had also been stealing electricity from the engineering lab to power his practice sessions and got caught by security playing at 4 in the morning to a janitor who asked him to please stop because the bass was making her physically ill. I couldn't let him throw away his genius for Glowstick Gary, my dad said, and I could see he meant it. I sat on the curb staring at the destroyed equipment, realizing my dad had just saved me from marrying someone who would rather be DJ Techno Vibes than an MIT graduate with a future. My dad sat next to me and showed me the email Paxton had sent to MIT's registrar, saying he needed a semester off for his music career, which they'd responded to by warning him he'd lose his full scholarship if he didn't return. We looked up Glowstick Gary's tour dates, and it was just a series of CrossFit gym grand openings and memorial services where he provided ambient beats during the eulogy. The tour poster featured Gary in a mesh tank top from 2009 standing next to a fog machine that was clearly just someone vaping behind him, with venues including Gary's mom's backyard and a defunct Radio Shack parking lot. At least we put a stop to it before the wedding, my dad said. But then we heard Paxton's Uber pull up, and he jumped out wearing a shirt with his own DJ logo on it. He saw his destroyed setup and fell to his knees wailing like someone had murdered his child in front of him. Then he looked up at us with tears streaming down his face and pulled something from his pocket. "I can't believe you did this right when Skrillex just agreed to listen to my demo," he said, holding up his phone. The message was from someone saved as Skrillex's manager, and it just said, "New phone who dis?" Full story on the channel below.